us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it up. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat lawful. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They don't even care, they don't even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect it private. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani anya nine oria nine nke pụrịta kwasa mmadụ dị ndụ n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị onwe gị bụ sunele nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpete mazụ nye ha sọgotụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise mma mma dịrị gị Chineke mama dịrị.
And I said before I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately. I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Audios Okaro to come to me. First to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon. The promises came. The vice president. Anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife, you better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Wow. Anything you want. And I said, no. That what I want is a referendum to determine if you good people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria, or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra. They said no. And Isibaga tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually. And Ohanese hijacked it. I went to see Nia Ward in his house. We sat down, had lunch together. And I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Ward very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you, one of them is fact, ask him. Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Asorok because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Asorok? He said it is for Igbo leaders. And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them. Hadn't Nyawodo remained with me, when the governors called me, I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabese. They said, oh, but Nwodo, Soludo, Ebremadi is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government house, the former DSS that is talking with his bags of money in euros, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in government house in Enugu. I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency. Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain this very effort we're making? So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu, Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Simple. Are these things difficult?
No.
As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Asorok if your friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away. Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping, saying if you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything. I'm going to Haina Gabiga. I won't believe it. That we are here is by the grace of Elohim, not by any of our strength, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra referendum or even USA? The people that the ambassador knows are the governors, or maybe Hanese. Did you people not hear that British government went to Biafra land when I was in prison? Oh my goodness. The British High Commissioner was touring everywhere. When they wanted to kill me, went to Obi of Onitsha and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the US government been to Enugu? They go to Ohanese. I saw, I don't want to say it. They went to Ohanese and the governor. They asked them, what do you want? Oh, leave those rascals, leave them. miscreants. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join IPOB to do Biafra, isn't it? That's right. Did he complete what he said? No. Is he doing what he said he's going to do? No. And you want me to work with these people? It's not going to work. I say, and I'm attached to come know him. Everything I do, I say it in the open. The man came not gossip. And those that spoke to Uche, I am going to Chicago to broadcast live to the whole world and tell them they're in trouble. I've told them Nayanya, every time they contributed to IPOB will be announced for the world to hear. Tell them there'll be no hiding place for gossipers, in as much as I'm concerned, because I know what I've committed to this very movement. Not that I'll become Biafra president, no, so that I can take Nnemeka and Nnamdi back to the land of his ancestors, to that same land that Chukwu Kabiyama said you people must be here. And then my wife, Mariano, I'm fighting for Biafra that we may be free. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on another very quick evening section. Remember, we promised that we are going to come back this evening, and here we are this evening, once again spreading the gospel of Biafra, and we will continue to do what we have to do regardless the obstacles, the challenges that we are having right, left, and center. I welcome everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are joining from, wherever you are watching us from, either you are watching on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, wherever you are connected to. I appreciate you and I thank you for joining. Please, as you join, like and share the program to other platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to those that are close to you. We have come once again to do what we know how to do, to promote Biafra and take Biafra to the world, to expose the evil of the Janjaweed. That is what we do. Remember, for the record purposes, that in this very platform where you are watching this program, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individual. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. What we do strictly is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. The inhuman treatment of the Biafrans, the human rights abuse of Nigeria, that is what we expose to the world. We'll tell the world the true situation of things in Biafra land. We will continue to do that, regardless the hindrances, the obstacles, the attack that is coming right, left, and center. We will continue to do what we have to do. So, my fellow Biafrans, I welcome every one of you who has been able to join us on this evening section. I appreciate you and I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you that have joined. This very evening, we are going to take it up as we always do. It's going to be a very quick one. We don't waste time in evening broadcast. And this evening, we are going to be speaking on the topic which says, Biafra under siege. Biafra under siege. Nigeria's brutal operation, the world must not ignore. Nigeria brutal operation, the world must not ignore. Biafra under siege. We have to continue to call out this situation so that the world can pay attention. We have to continue to talk about this issue until they can no longer keep silent. Biafra land is under siege as we speak. So many of you have seen the videos. So many of you have seen audios. There are a lot of things that I cannot share on this very platform. In fact, the information that are coming are becoming so much that I had to deactivate my public line. I have to deactivate it because it tried to become an emotional war to my own very self. Some things that I'm receiving on my phone, some things I'm seeing is uncontrollable. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And we are in a world where they say that there is human rights. We are in a world where they tell us that all men are equal. We are in a world where they told us that there is international law, but still yet, in that same world, in 21st century, in 2025, as we speak, genocide is going on in Biafra land with nobody paying attention. No international community is speaking. No international organization is saying anything. The United Nations is silent. As always, they have always been silent, as always. The same way they were silenced during the time of the Holocaust, until it became obvious that people were massacred. The same way they were silent in Rwanda, until it became obvious that people have lost their life. The same way they were silent in Kosovo. Today, it is happening in Biafra land, and the whole world is silent. The terrorist government of Nigeria has been able to manipulate their media. But I thank Chukwu Okikabia that today, everybody is feeling the heat, including those who were seeing us as noisemakers. Those of them, one Nigerians that were seeing us as noisemakers, they think we come and we make noise, and they don't take us serious. They see us as jobless people. Today, it has gotten to them, and they are also crying and shouting. My fellow Biafrans, we must not be silent because nobody is going to save us. We are going to save ourselves. In this situation, nobody is going to save us. It is obvious. If we do not want what happened in 1967 massacre to happen again, we save ourselves. If we don't want what happened to Jews to repeat itself in us, we have to do something. If we don't want what happened in Rwanda to happen, we have to start acting now. If we do not want what happened in Kosovo to happen to us, we must start doing something right now. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, saw it coming. He saw it clearly. He saw it very, very clear, and he spoke about it. He told us, he warned us, but we never took it serious. Mazen Nandekano, in one of his videos, we saw him when he went to the United States and he was calling Biafrans in the US, telling them of the impending doom that is coming. He was literally begging and asking them to prepare for what is coming ahead. But they never believed him. They called him warmonger. They called him different kinds of names. Nobody believed him. But today, every single thing Mazen Nandekano have cried about is happening before your own very eyes. The government of Nigeria today is in the forefront of sponsoring abduction of Biafran people, extermination of the Biafran people, the extrajudicial killing of Biafrans is monitored and sponsored by the federal government of Nigeria today, using their state governments in all angles. Many of us have seen the video that is coming from Anambra State. The story of Anambra is one that cannot be forgotten or ignored. You see what Soludo have turned Anambra State to. Soludo have turned Anambra to a war zone, a lawless place, a place where human life does not matter. Just yesterday, a pregnant woman lost her life for no just cause. Her life was taken by the security formed by Soludo to continue to extort the people, intimidate the people, and create fear in the people. Just like the Hope Uzodinma is doing in Imo State. Soludo have taken up the responsibility of creating chaos in Anambra State. And it can never get better. The only thing that can save us from this nonsense is we walking out of the zoological republic. Propaganda will not save us in this situation. Lies will not save us in this situation. It is high time we begin to face the reality of the day. Because the reality is staring at us. The reality is staring at you, staring at me. No matter how you pretend, you can pretend for all I care. It cannot change the truth from being the truth. And we can see what is happening today. We can see what is happening today. No matter how you try to pretend that all is well, it is just a question of time. It will get to your own doorstep and you'll begin to cry. The innocent blood that is being shed in Biafra land is heartbreaking. While we are lamenting about the case of Soludo, we also see what is happening in Anambra State, in other states. We saw what the people who call themselves Biafra agitators are doing. The DOS. They are waging war against their brothers, against their sisters in Biafra land. All in the name of fighting the Liberation Army. The DOS are in the front line today, trying to make sure that they crush everything that has to do with Biafra. They are no longer hiding it. You saw their spokesperson, Ikenga, in the front line, pushing the sentence of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, advocating for the jail term for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You can imagine that. This is somebody that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu sacked. And this Department of Saboteurs went and brought him back. Today, he has unleashed all his wickedness upon Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Today, he's organizing the arch enemies of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and they are speaking on various platforms, castigating their own people. How long are we going to continue on this path? So many of us have forgotten why we are Biafrans or what we are seeking for. So many of us have forgotten what we are here for. So many of us have forgotten that the mission is freedom, your freedom, my freedom. So many of us have forgotten that the enemy is out there trying to keep us in slavery. We have forgotten the enslavement. Some of us, we are born into it and we are still in it. We are born into it and we give birth to our own children into that slavery. That is what we want to stop. So many of us have forgotten. Today, what we see are people forming different camps. I belong to Paul. I belong to Apollos. I support this group. I support that group. And you think that that can take you anywhere. It will not take you anywhere. Until we begin to focus on things that matters, face reality, face Biafra. I have said it several times on my program. Biafrans must learn how to build institutions and forget about building strong men and women. But every time, every now and again, they are very interested, looking for somebody they will praise. Biafrans are always looking for somebody they will call big, big names. And when those big names and praises get into their head, they begin to misbehave. They will forget about the cause that we are pursuing and do a different thing. The only two people that stand out, that are not being carried away by all those nonsense is Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Samaneba. Every other person out there are busy accumulating power for themselves. They are busy exalting themselves. It's about personal aggrandizement. While our people are dying in Biafra land. So many of us today don't want to hear about peace. When you talk about peace and reconciliation, they get angry. And I begin to ask myself, what kind of Biafra are you looking for? A Biafra where you cannot be able to have peace with your brother. You cannot have peace with your sister. You can't reconcile your differences with your brother and your sisters. Is that the Biafra you want? A Biafra where you will see your brother as an arch enemy, your sister as an arch enemy. I am not part of that Biafra. That is not the Biafra I'm seeking for. We have enough enemies already. In all our boundaries of Biafra, right, left, and center, we are going to have neighbors that have already made themselves enemies. You see the battle we are fighting with the Ududua, some group of Ududua people, some of the Yorubas. You see the way some of the Yorubas hate us and how they are trying everything to destroy us. You see some from Benin side are also trying. These are people who have positioned themselves as an arch enemy. If that is not enough for you, you are now putting your own brother, your own sister as an enemy. And when we talk of reconciliation and working together, some people get angry. They begin to interpret it and give it leg and hand. It is up to you. Everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. At the end of the day, you will give account of your stewardship. You see, sometimes when we talk about this issue of Biafra, some people think it is about that's I'm the one that is much pain. Or when the death comes, it will take me first. It's not going to take me first. And I will not be the last. And I will not be the only one. But when we are talking about this issue, some people will think there is something to gain in it. Some people will take it that maybe they are doing it for me. That when you do the good thing, if you focus, do it, and you apply your common sense, you think you're doing it for me. No, you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for yourself. The kind of Biafrans I see today, sometimes I begin to wonder, is this how we are going to get to our destination? A time where people only listen to gossip and propaganda. They cannot even use their common sense to study this thing this person is saying. Is it true? How true is it? In 21st century, when we have our laptop, we have the phone, you can Google things. There are many things you can use to verify information, whether they are true or not. But none of us will do it. The only thing we do is to buy data and go to platform. Once the person is not speaking in the way you want the person to speak, you attack. Once the person is not praising the person you like, he's not calling the person you like and praising that person, you begin to attack the person. He becomes a rebel. Once the person is not speaking in the way you want him to speak, he becomes a saboteur. That is what we are seeing today. Meanwhile, our land is under siege. As it stands today, nobody cares about the homeland anymore. Nobody cares about our people in the homeland. Nobody cares. Everybody is busy accumulating position and title. This is what everybody is doing. While our people are suffering in the homeland. While our people are perishing. While our land is under siege. When Master Simon Ekpa was here, we are controlling so many places. When Master Nanika was around, he was in control. Once he make a speech, everywhere is silent. But today it's a different ballgame. There are thousands of groups. You don't even know whom to listen to. You don't even know where to focus. You don't even know where to go and where not to go. And our brothers and sisters in Biafra land are languishing. Look at what Soludo is doing. Unchallenged. Soludo is just forming security outfit and security outfit every minute, every month. He's forming a new security outfit just to destroy the life of innocent people and terrorize them. Nobody challenges it. Nobody speaks about it. Just recently, 4 people lost their life for no reason, for no just cause, in the hand of the security outfit formed by Soludo. Who is going to fight for those 4? Nobody. Nobody is going to fight for them. As usual, they take them, they deposit them in mortuary, and that is the end. And then we begin to talk about it the way we are talking now. That is all our life worth. Nobody is held accountable. Hope Uzodinma is in Imo State also, taking innocent life, destroying properties and homes, Kiwe. Nobody is held account. Nobody challenges him. Today we are left on our own to fight our battle. So wherever you are, you must prepare yourself and prepare your mind. For me, at least I have my voice, I can speak. You never can tell who will come across our video. And then the person will see what the Biafrans are facing through and passing through. That we are passing through hell as we speak. Genocide is going on in Biafra land, even as you are watching the video. So many people don't have the opportunity to sit and watch this program the way we are watching. Many people have disappeared. And nobody to speak for us. Even as they are bringing the terrorism to us in Biafra land, they are at the same time blackmailing us. Some of them will come out and say, oh, we are the ones causing the problem. Oh, the Liberation Army is the one doing this and doing that. Even when it is very clear to the whole world that they are not the ones. It has nothing to do with them. And some of us Biafrans, we even help the enemy to push their own blackmail. You will see a Biafra open his mouth and call his own brother a terrorist. That is the height of it. When I see a Biafran, no matter the camp you belong, I don't care. No matter the quarrel or the hatred, I don't care. For you to descend to the level of calling your own brother, your own sister a terrorist, that is the height of it. That shows how stupid and idiotic you are. It means you cannot comprehend matters. It means there's nothing in your brain. There's nothing in your brain. Because when you are calling your own brother, your own sister a terrorist, you're equally calling yourself. It doesn't matter whether, even if you are a pastor, no matter whom you are, immediately you begin to address your brother, address your sister as a terrorist. You are telling the world what you are capable of doing. And they are keeping record. They are keeping record. And this is how most of us indicted Mazi Simon Ekpa today. Some of us indicted Mazi Simon Ekpa by what we are doing, by what we are saying, by our actions, our behaviors. We indicted him. And today you see the situation. A man who fought for us, fought for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, fought like a man. Today it is his own turn, and for us to fight for him, none of us is ready to fight for Mazi Simon Ekpa. None of us. We left him on his own. We left him on his own. We only come online to make noise and say some unfounded things, and that's it. Only when a sentence is pronounced, that is when every one of you wake up and you begin to hear one confession or the other from one angle to the other. And the movie becomes very clear to everybody. But unfortunately, there are still some people who are sheepishly following. There are still some people who can never learn their lesson. There are some Biafrans can never learn. Even if you carry your mouth and put in their ear and blow horn, they will never hear you. They follow sheepishly. You don't verify information. Even when you see that somebody, this thing this person is saying is not right, it doesn't add up. Because you are supporting the person, you just continue to support and go. either because of personal interest or because of one gain or the other that you're making. But without changing the truth will always remain the truth. Until we begin to act and do something, the word will never come. Until we begin to do something, they will never come. They told Mazen Nandekano to his face, go and start doing something. They told him, go and start doing something. And just when he started doing something again, they attacked. If there will be negotiation, don't you know that it is when we are doing something that they will call for negotiation? Police have not without anything happening. Something must be going on. Then the police have it. Who is wrong and who is right. Amazing give and take. Amazing give and take. At the end of the day, issue will be resolved. So what is your plan to draw that attention to make us sit on table? What is your plan? What are you doing to draw the attention of the international communities to make sure that this discussion ends on round table as it's supposed to, and as soon as possible? Do you always ask yourself that question? Your actions today, your behavior, your attitude, what does it contribute to the Biafran struggle? What does your behavior contribute? Is it making people get stronger and have knowledge of Biafra, or is it discouraging people from talking about Biafra? So many of us today, our attitude have discouraged many people. People who were talking about Biafra before, they can't even speak about it anymore. Many people have withdrawn. Many people have withdrawn because of the attitude of some of us. Do I blame them? I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Fingers are not equal. Spirits are different. People have different levels of tolerance. There are people who cannot take the insult we are taking. There are people who cannot take the disgrace we are taking. So grace is different by different. So many people who sincerely want to be Biafra and they want to go with it. But when they see the things that are happening today, when they see the lies, the propaganda, the blackmails against each other, they rather stay aside and watch. They rather stay aside and watch. Ask yourself, what is your attitude towards Biafra today? That thing you are doing, is it promoting the cause of Biafra or is it distracting it? Our land is under siege. How are we going to rescue our land? Is it by lying? Is it by fighting ourselves? Is it by sabotaging ourselves? Is it by calling ourselves terrorists? Is that how we're going to salvage our land? Is it? It is so sad. It is a very, very difficult moment that we are in. As you say, Biafra is a spirit and it's stage by stage. Today we are on a different level. We are in a particular stage. And this stage where we are today, we are still going to get over it. But at this stage where we are, it's a very difficult stage. That if you succeed to pass this stage, I don't think anything will stop you from seeing Biafra. Because in this stage, they have tried to blind us with their media. We cannot even know left from right. We only speculate and we sit down and use our common sense to be able to unravel things. Unlike before, when we get information in the platter of gold, today, when you hear anything, you need to think about it over and over again. Sleep over it before you can react. Because a lot of things that we believed before are not the way it is. My own personal self, I'm in media. I'm in the media. I've been in media for more than a decade. So I follow everything through. From the arrest of Mazen Simon at this time, so many things we had in day one, today, they are not adding up anymore. There are a lot of deceptions, a lot of lies from all corners. People cannot say simple truth. And every one of us disappointed Master Simon Ekpa and deserted him. It is very, very sad. Very, very sad. If you're not ashamed, I am ashamed. If you're not ashamed, I am ashamed. That somebody we call our prime minister, we can't even defend him. We can't stand with him. We can't stand for him. All we are doing is to destroy everything he has built. All we can do is to create trouble for him, pierce his heart. And every one of us is involved in this. So what you got to do is to be asking yourself, what are you going to do to change the status quo? Will you still be listening to the same story without making inquiries? Will you still be believing the lies, no matter where it is coming from? It is high time we test every information. Before you carry information, test it. Put that information to test to find out if what you are hearing is actually the way it is. Because we know that there is a huge deception. There is a huge deception, right, left, and center. We have been deceived. And we cannot continue to live in this deceit because there will be no excuse. For everything you do, there is a consequence. Whether you do it intentionally or unintentionally, there will be a consequence for every action. There will be a reaction. So every one of us have to be mindful. Anytime you have the opportunity, any platform, wherever you are, use the little opportunity you have to promote Biafra and also bring the plight of Master Simon Ekpa before the whole world. Don't allow them to sweep it under the carpet. Don't. That part is very important and very dear to my heart. We must do everything possible to make sure we keep the memories of Master Simon Ekpa. We keep his legacy and support him the best way we can. That is what we owe him. He deserves our support. He deserves it. Master Simon Ekpa deserves our support to the highest level because he has worked tirelessly. While he was with us, he hardly finds sleep. Master Simon Ekpa will broadcast twice a day. In the midnight, he's there. In the afternoon, he's there. Every time. And he did that and did that until when they took him away from us. A very great sacrifice that he put forward because of you, because of me. Why are we throwing it out? Why are we disgracing our leaders? Why are we bringing shame to the same Biafra we claim that we want? In one way or the other, we are bringing shame and disrepute to Biafra through our behaviors, through our actions. You cannot get Biafra through lies and propaganda. You cannot get Biafra through deceit because the foundation was laid on truth. As soon as you deviate from that truth, you are gone. You might just be there giving order and doing this and that, but you are gone. That is why everybody must be very, very careful what you do. We must put our hands together to fight this battle and win it. All hands must be on deck. And for those who are getting angry when you talk about unity, that will not make me to stop talking about unification. You can go and hug the transformer. But as for me, I know that the unity, that is where the foundation is. And that is why every time Mazen Nandekano kept an olive branch for Biafrans. Master Simon Ekpa also kept an olive branch for Biafrans, for people to come on board at any point in time. Because it is human beings that will live in this country we are looking for, not animals. We know the nature of the Biafran people, Republicans. Sometimes our Republican nature is works against us. But it's our nature. What are we going to do? Sometimes it works against us. Our Republican nature, sometimes it works against us. But for us to be able to manage it, we must learn to listen to one another. We must learn to listen to one another. It does not matter. You must not agree with everything. You must not agree. There's no law that says you must agree with everything. Disagree. You can disagree. It is your right to disagree when you are not too sure about an issue. You disagree. But in the midst of your disagreement, you must make sure you do not use it to create chaos. It must be in love. It must be in love. You and I know that we have no option anymore. The only option we have is Biafra, because Nigeria has failed. Nigeria has failed woefully. Nigeria has failed woefully, and that Nigeria can never ever survive. It doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you do. The fact remains that Nigeria is gone, and gone for good. And the earlier every one of you begin to understand this, the better for everybody. You think there is something you can do to change it. There is nothing you can do. You only waste your time and waste other people's time. What matters to every one of us today is how to save life. And we must do everything humanly possible to make sure that the life of Biafrans is saved. That is what we need to do. If you know what you can do to make sure that the life of Biafrans are saved, this is the time. This is the time. You must not wait anybody. We must continue to do everything to save life. When there is life, there is hope. But when you lose your life, all hope is lost. And I want us to pay attention and listen to this message of our Prime Minister Master. This is a message I use as intro all the time. All these messages are very important.
Most of you who claim
because all those things you are claiming, I don't see the reason you should not support Biafra. Some of us today, they are betraying the cause of Biafra because of what they will eat. Some are betraying the cause of Biafra because of their business, because of their friendship. Does it worth it? Because of your friend. You see the truth, you say you don't want the truth anymore. You prefer lies just because you want to satisfy your friend. Just because you want your friend to accept you. You accept lies. For how long will you continue to accept lies? For how long?
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him.
It's happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We all have seen millionaires. There is no amount of money you have today that Igbo people have never made before. Everybody knows who is Ezego. Ezego of Ihala. Ezego of Ihala was one of the richest men. What happened to him? He died in accident. Ezego died as he was coming back home.
One of the important things we must do today is to save life. That is the most important thing today. It is not how to make money or make gain. To save life. Because the Janjaweed, the Fulanis are not looking back. And as you can see, the federal government is in the front line supporting the Fulanis in the agenda. This plan to take over Nigeria is not a joke. It is not a joke. And the Fulanis are unrepentant. Unrepentant. The more you see, the more you think they will repent, the more they are pushing propaganda. Today, they are almost succeeding in changing the narrative. Nobody is talking about them anymore. Everybody is now talking about Biafra. They are shifting the blame on us. Even when they know that the first terrorists in that Nigeria was the Fulanis. The first people to start burning and killing of innocent people were the Fulanis. And they continue to do it up to today. Supported by the federal government in Nigeria. And some of us are still playing and joking. I want us to listen to this. Maybe we begin to understand the seriousness of what is happening in the zoo.
Is going to change this country but us. I have confronted the government and the leaders of this country. As much as we have issues with the government, I have more issues with the Nigerian people. It is only you, the Nigerian people, that will decide the day you will stop suffering. It is only you, the Nigerian people, that will decide to bring an end to the oppressions that you're going through.
That is why we have taken our decision. As for us Biafrans, we have made our decisions. Is it true? Well, only you will decide if you will be free or not. Only you will decide if you're secure or not. The decision remains yours. Many of us Biafrans have taken the decision to save ourselves and set ourselves free. And that is why we are doing what we are doing today. Not minding.
You cannot afford to be seeing the blood of your brothers and sisters being split. Little children that know nothing, 3 years old and 2 years old, being burnt alive. And yet you sit down in the comfort of your house, drinking your tea, as if nothing has happened. I challenge our religious institutions that these politicians, and most of them that are third-class brains, they cannot continue to manipulate you that are first-class brains. When we keep silent and behave as if nothing is going on, the wicked and evil will continue to thrive. We are a people that have a future. If we don't take our destiny, forget about the appointment you're given, forget about being made an SA, forget about being made a minister, forget about being made a commissioner. It doesn't matter whatever you are made, whatever you get will come to an end. Warriors come to an end. But the fact is, Nigeria continues to live. And if Nigeria continues to live, Buhari has gone, but he left you with the pain and the suffering. He must have reconciled himself with his maker. And his maker will forgive him. But what about you? So Nigeria, we cannot allow them. Look at the way they are tossing you left and right. Instead of thinking about your welfare, they're thinking about 2027 election. The roads are not fixed. Great plains in Anambra. Few days ago, a young man that is growing up, fish magnet, was kidnapped, ransom demanded, paid, and was killed. And you have a governor that is running to contest for an election. Wow! To the church. Leaders that will keep silent and be given an award to wicked men and women that have no conscience for the nation they govern. Wow! To the Islamic community. That all you're doing is planting doctrinal conflicts and bringing about violence among yourselves instead of talking about the welfare of your own people. We're gathering them and giving them awards of nonsense. I challenge the average Nigerian that it is time we drop whatever tribe, whatever religion, whatever you think about, and let's pull our energy together to make a difference. We can decide that these people will not go into power, and we must get the right men and women. 2027 is not for politicians to manipulate our head. We will get the right men. I talk to you, Mr. President. You have the opportunity.
That is how they always get it wrong. You see, when they speak so eloquently, when they talk and talk and talk and talk, at the end of the day, they go back to the ballot. The same election they know will never save them from any doom. This is the same rhetoric you gave this same man, gave this same speech during the time of this very drug baron. They talked and talked and talked, vote and vote and vote and all this. At the end of the day, what happened? At the end of the day, the person they want got into power, and today you are still there talking about election. This is where they get it wrong. And I know that these people from the Middle Belt, this man is from Medigo, from Plateau. If your fear is that you cannot be able to handle it, allow Biafrans to go. Support Biafra. When Biafrans go, you will have that privilege to get out also. Once Biafra is out, every one of you will be out. Even if you're in the corner, Mazen Nandekan has opened a gate for them to come to Biafra land. They will be accommodated. People from the corner, the Christians in the corner. Why is it that after making an eloquent speech identifying problems, you and I know that Nigeria has a foundational problem. The problem of Nigeria is not election. Make the election 1 million times, it will produce nonsense. When the foundation is faulty, what will the righteous do? That is what your Bible says. Don't you read it? Or you read it for your own selfish interest. When you want to apply it, you wouldn't apply it. For you to be talking about election, after all these things you have said, you destroyed it. You narrowed it down by caging the people's mind again to remain enslaved. You are the one that is saying that people can free themselves. People have the right to free themselves. Now you are still dragging the people into the cage to remain enslaved. For us Biafrans, we have made up our mind to free ourselves. And people like you are using your speech to destroy the cause of freedom that people are pursuing. How dare you still talk about election in Nigeria, even when you know that it cannot work? Even when you know that election cannot change the situation of Nigeria. Whoever gets into it doesn't matter. Even you that is speaking as a pastor, if they put you there, you can't do nothing. There's nothing you will do. You can't change nothing. It is a fact. Not just I'm saying it because I want to say it. It is a fact. I have proven. The only solution to Nigeria remains disintegration. Enough of all this garbage preaching.
To face and make amends to your mistakes and your errors in the next 1 year, or else we will get on the street.
You did before. What did you achieve? You got in the street before now. What did you achieve?
We cannot be bought.
The same speech.
We cannot be bought.
This is where the problem comes.
I feel the tears.
You were in the street when he became a president.
In the villages. You are saddled with the responsibility. This is what you applied for. 1 year is more than enough for you to give Nigerians hope that there is a starting point and we have gotten it right. Look at the way Nigerians are being mocked in Ghana. Now Ghanaians are saying Nigerians must go. South Africans are saying Nigerians must go. Togo are saying Nigerians must go. You Nigerians, wake up and fix your country.
We are doing we Biafrans are fixing our Biafra. You people, Nigerians, should fix yours. Those of you want Nigerians, including you yourself that is speaking.
I want to say this.
Eloquent speech is not enough.
Voices may be silent, but this voice will never be silent.
Okay.
If that is all I'm going to do, just as I take this heart and put it down, I'm ready to put down my life, that a nation will arise.
Don't die for nothing. If you want to die, die for something.
We
go for middle belt.
Will fight this fight.
Go for the country middle belt. Fight it and get it. Any fight you are fighting for Nigeria is a fight in futility. If you're fighting for Nigeria, it is a waste of energy, time, a fight in futility. That is what it is. If you are serious in what you're saying, begin to go for the middle belt nation. Fight for middle belt nations and get it. But you fighting for Nigeria, this same eloquent speech, I will be here. You will still release another speech again when Bulaba continue.
And any governor that is not doing your job, just know you're on the exit point. You can transfer and defect to any party. We will mobilize the people.
You mobilized before now. You mobilized before and Tinubu still came back.
If it is blood for blood, we will lay down our life until Nigeria rises up and Nigerians can sing the song of praise. With tears and pains in my heart, I speak to every conscience living legion, all our elderly men and statesmen. You're closer to your exit, President Obasanjo, President Jonathan, President Babangida, President Abdulsalam Abubakar, and all of you. You must have made a mistake in the past, but it is time for you to give and create a future for the descendants to come.
How do you?
Woe unto you to go to your grave without fixing Nigeria.
How do you?
God will judge you. God will judge you, Dangote and others who would not join forces with the masses to subsidize what you produce in their country. A time and a season that Nigeria will be too hot for the wicked to survive.
Huh? It is so funny that every year this man make the same speech. Every year this man make this same motivational speech. Motivational speeches cannot settle Nigeria. These motivational speeches cannot solve the problem of Nigeria. It cannot solve it. This was the same warning, the same way. During the time of Peter Obi, this just correlation. He was in the street preaching. He went on the day election, he voted. And I did say that they rigged the election before his president, Korokoro. What did he do? They rigged it. Bulaba rigged the election. This drug baron rigged the election. Korokoro. What did he do? He has started again shouting. You go to the street. You went to the street before and you lost. You want to go to the street again. You are doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you think you can be able to get a result. You can't get any result. Prayer cannot save Nigeria. Motivational speeches cannot save Nigeria. What will save Nigeria is action, disintegration. To your tent, O Israel, every man go his separate ways and build a nation where he or she can be able to survive. Let us cut out this deception. This Pastor El Buba is in the Middle Belt. And I know the Middle Beltans problem, They are scared by the Janjaweed attack. They are scared. Some of them are using us as a backup. Once we are there, they feel a little bit safe. But if they know what is good for them, they should support the exit of Biafra, because the exit of Biafra will create an exit for them. It will create an exit for them. When the foundation is faulty, what will the righteous do? It doesn't matter how many times you preach. It doesn't matter how many times you talk. They will continue to do what they are doing. They will continue to do what they are doing. Those of us who are Biafrans, we have to wake up. Wake up and save ourselves. Fight our battle. Today, our land is under siege. Biafran land is under siege, and nobody is speaking. The politicians they put in place to represent you are not talking. The traditional rulers are not talking. The pastors are not speaking. Nobody is reporting what is happening in Biafra land as we speak. Innocent blood is being spilled in Biafra land every blessed day. Abduction and disappearance of people happening every minute, even as we speak. Even as we speak, as we are here now. I get messages, videos every minute. And nobody is talking. You go to their conventional media, you will never hear what is happening in Nigeria there. Lie. Recently, you saw the one they call Very Dark Man came and began to lament. Aisha Muhammad joined. But after talking, what is this? What is the solution? What solution do they have? No solution. At the end of the day, they will tell you to go to election, even when they know that election cannot solve Nigerian problem. Election will never, ever solve Nigeria. Instead, it will deepen the problem. It will worsen it. It will worsen the situation. Bulaba is there today. Wait, whoever enters after Bulaba had finished, you will see Nketoro Biati. You will now understand. One of the blessings that the Biafran people have is that we see things 1,000 miles ahead. We see 1,000 miles ahead. Things that we see 1,000 miles ahead. That is what Nigerians see later after 1,000 years. When we were talking about this restructuring, when restructuring was a solution, Dim Odumegwu went for restructuring 1967. 1967. Dim Odumegwu saw that restructuring was the solution then, but they rejected it. They rejected it completely. All of a sudden, we are in 2025. People are now talking about restructuring. People are talking about restructuring, and some idiots are listening to them. The worst of the worst is Ohanezendi. Ohanezendi is the worst socio-cultural group in Nigeria. The worst. As we speak, they have already endorsed the drug baron in Asarok. They endorsed the drug baron in Asarok. They came and they thanked the criminal government of arresting their own son. They congratulated Finland for passing an unlawful judgment against their own son. Chukwuokike will judge all of them. And as many as said that we will not have their freedom, they will never see freedom too. As many as want us to remain in captivity, captivity will remain their portion. You can only delay the freedom of Biafran people, but you cannot deny our freedom. No matter how you try, you can delay it, but denial, never, never. You cannot deny us our freedom. Wherever you are as a Biafran, the time has come for us to put our heads together and begin to take responsibility. We need to take responsibility now, not tomorrow. We need to begin to take responsibility because the time has come for things to be done right. We need to take responsibility. My fellow Biafrans, the truth remains that we have to take responsibility. Only Biafrans can free Biafra. Only Biafrans can free Biafra. If you think that somebody is going to do it, better remove your mind from there. Only Biafrans can free Biafra. Not the United Nations, not America, not Europe, but us, the children of the rising sun. Only us can free ourselves. So wherever you are, begin to ask yourself what you are doing today. Is it to the advantage of Biafra or to disadvantage? When you on your camera, when you type on the comment section, that thing you are writing, is it benefiting Biafra or is destroying Biafra? Nobody will bring Biafra. The simple truth that you must know, every one of us, the simple truth, only Biafra can free Biafra. Only Biafrans, you and I, only us can free Biafra. Not the United Nations, not America, not Europe, but us, the children of the rising sun. We will free our nation. For many years now, we have shouted. For many years now, we have cried. We have waited, but freedom is not given. Freedom is taken by those bold enough to take responsibility for their destiny. Don't ever forget it. We have done everything we need to do. Is it crying? Is it protest? Is it shouting? We have done everything. But we have to remember that freedom is not given. Freedom is taken by those bold enough to take responsibility for their destiny. Always remember that. The time has come for us to rise in unity. As I always say, we must rise in one mind, in unity, to carry our cross, to prove that no amount of oppression can silence a people determined to be free. Today, we ask, are we ready to take full responsibility for Biafra liberation? That is the question. Are we ready to take full responsibility for Biafra liberation? That's the million-dollar question that everybody should ask himself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you ask yourself, am I ready to take full responsibility for the freedom of Biafra? I want every one of us to remember this. Our destiny lies in our hands. If we wait for the world, we will wait forever. If we wait for the international community, we are going to wait forever. If we depend on outsider, we will remain slaves. I want you to hear it and hear it clear. I am saying it the way it is. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to always remember this in your mind. Our destiny lies in our own hand. If we wait for the world, we will wait forever. If we depend on outsiders, we will remain slaves. But if we rise, united, fearless, responsible, Biafra will stand as a free nation. Nobody will stop it. No one will save us but us. And when we choose to act, nothing on earth can stop the will of the determined people. Nothing, absolutely nothing on earth can stop the will of the determined people. My fellow Biafrans, I urge every one of you, in the midst of all the propaganda, all the blackmail, all the lies and distractions, stay strong, stay united. Never forget the power to free Biafra is in your own hands. Always remember that. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have joined me on this very short broadcast. Like and share the broadcast to all platforms. Share the broadcast to family and friends. Share it. That's the only thing you can do. You never can tell who will come across the video. You can't know. You can never tell who will come across it. When we continue to speak, we will continue to air our opinion. And by the grace of Chukwu Gabiam, victory will be ours. Thank you for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow morning by the special grace of Chukwu Gabiam. Stay blessed and always keep watching, and remember, our freedom is in our hand. May Chukwu Gabiam guide and protect our leaders, save and secure them, bring them back to us as soon as possible. Thank you and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Who be that? I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jealous. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They don't even care, they don't even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.